Hey, Coach, taking a look here at Clayton in the prelims here. So he did a good job to pull ahead and win here. The thing is that it's still clearly hurdle mode, right? So you can see he gets to the hurdle, he clears it. He gets to the hurdle, he clears it. He gets to the hurdle, he clears it. And so he still, he hasn't gotten the concept of rhythm yet. He's still running through all 10 hurdles. Same thing with Ponka. Same thing with all the beginners. If you're running 15 seconds, then you're still hurdling all 10 hurdles. All right. So with Clayton, it's still more of distance through that first hurdle. He really just needs to get more comfortable getting closer to it. But it's just when we do drills, I can guarantee it's still exactly like this. He's actively clearing all hurdles. So if he has 7 hurdles when he's doing marching popovers, he's actively clearing 7 hurdles. And so that's where we start fixing this. All right. We need to find rhythm in everything that we do. And then we can find rhythm out here when we're sprinting full speed. All right, so looking at Ponka here, it's the same exact thing, right? Remember, if you're running 15 seconds, this applies to everybody. You're running, you're clearing the hurdle. You're running, you're clearing the hurdle. You're running, you're clearing hurdles. And so you're using energy to clear 10 hurdles when you really should be using energy to clear about 3 hurdles. And then you're reacting over 7 hurdles. And that's where beginners get it wrong. So beginners think that they're clearing all these hurdles. And so subconsciously, it's like they save energy for all 10 hurdles. And then the elite guys know that I need to use all of my energy by that 3rd hurdle. And then I'm accelerating the top speed by the 5th hurdle. And then I'm holding on through the finish line. All right. And so once again, same thing with Ponka and Clayton and all of these beginners is that they need to understand the concept of rhythm, and it starts in practice. So when we have marching popovers and they're only 33 inches, they start to think that, oh, it doesn't matter because these hurdles aren't the right height. And the truth is that what we're trying to teach is rhythm. Get to the point where these very low hurdles are cleared on reflex, right? You clear 3 hurdles, and then hurdle 4, 5, 6, and 7 are reflex. It feels like, oh, I didn't have to clear it. My body just reacted over it. And so once we understand that in the drills, we can replicate it here at full speed. But if we're not finding it in the drills, it's going to be nearly impossible to just randomly run up on it at a track meet. All right, so with Ponka here, it's going to be the trail leg. So where Clayton could literally just focus on getting closer to hurdles, be more comfortable getting closer. Ponka's close enough, but his trail leg, he's overriding the stretch reflex. So he's trying to like do something with that trail leg, and it ends up opening and landing in front of his body. And what he wants is he just wants to keep pulling it upwards, like it's a rubber band. He pulls, 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 and then when he releases, the trail leg gets driven into the ground. It's not an active driving into the ground. Same as when you release the rubber band, you don't actively fling it forward. It gets released from the elastic energy. And it's the same thing with his trail leg. So he has to push forward. He's still pushing upwards too much. He has to push forward, and then he has to pull this trail knee up, up, up. So as this lead leg lands, as the foot lands, the trail knee should still be pulling up. And so it's still pulling up, and it continues pulling up until the hip travels ahead of the foot. So right now is when the trail knee should start driving down. You see, because now the hip has released from the foot, and now the trail leg should start driving down. But you see how early his is? And it's because he's rushing it, and he's cutting off the natural physics and the natural power because the timing isn't there. Because he's trying to do something with an aspect of the race that you're not supposed to do anything with. All right, so you don't drive the trail leg down forcefully. It gets driven down forcefully through elastic energy. So when he does popovers, he needs to focus on that. Mid-air, he needs to keep pulling the knee up, 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 up. He's winding up so that when he releases it, it really pounds into the track, and now he's really finding new levels of speed. All right, so they can both run about half a second faster. They just need to understand the concept of rhythm and then start to practice. So everyone here needs to understand the concept of rhythm. The kid that won the race is the only one who's trying to sprint through the hurdles. See, he clobbers the last three, literally. But it's because he's saying, you know what, I'm going to win this race, and I don't care what happens with the hurdles. And everybody else is saying, oh, goodness, I hope I don't crash here. And they're forgetting that, oh, it's a foot race. So second through eighth place here are hurdling, and they need to be focused on rhythm and practice. And the kid in first place, he's doing it right. Now he needs to clean up his technique and all of that stuff. All right, so it starts with hurdle drills. When we do popovers, when we do one-step drill, make sure that you got at least 7 hurdles, maybe go 10 hurdles. Go on the turf so it's nice and safe on the body. And make sure that the objective is to find rhythm. That is where the first 3 hurdles are a conscious effort, and then the last 7 hurdles are reaction. All right, once we get that, we can start taking it to full speed. All right, coach, I hope this helps. They're doing a good job. They're going about half a second faster next race. They just need to find races. All right, I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. I'll talk to you soon.